For this video, I wanted to definitively rank the top 10 stadiums in America. Pretty much the United States, the best stadium. I'm going to be using, obviously, the MLB, the NBA, NFL, NHL, even college football. I'm going to be putting one stadium from college football, the one that I think is the best. But we're going to start at number 10 with Wrigley Field. And a big reason that it's here for me is just due to the history you have behind Wrigley Field. Opened a really long time ago. It's been standing for a while. There have been some minor renovations to it, but altogether it still holds up to this day. And I think the best part about it for me is probably the exterior with just the nice presentation that they have. They really just make it feel like an historic, more of a landmark than a stadium. So that's why this list would not be complete without having it. So that's why it's number 10 on this list. And then going to number 9, I do have MSG, Madison Square Garden, and just a really famous arena in the history of arenas in general. Basketball, probably the most infamous one. If you're looking at the exterior of this place, it's nice. I mean, it lights up out there, and then even when you go inside, that's a unique feature that it has. It could do good possibly with the Jumbotron renovation, but other than that, I like the ceiling of the stadium is really nice, and overall, this stadium definitely, or arena, I should say, definitely deserves to be in the conversation as one of the best 10 in America. Then I'm going to go to number 8, the historical field, Lambeau Field, which recently had a renovation that made it look really nice, really extended it, has one of the bigger capacities in the NFL stadium-wise. But if you're looking at it, there's a lot of history here. It's been around for a long time. I actually really do like the exterior. There's some pictures of the stadium at night that really make it look genuine, really make it look like a really good stadium. And I just like the area of it. The Green Bay Packers are the only NFL franchise in the NFL that are owned by the city, so it's just really interesting. It just looks like a homegrown stadium, and that's why it's on this list at number 8. Number 7, I have to go with AT&T Stadium, Jerry World. Really was the first NFL super stadium of its time. I think it opened back in like 2010. It's the first big super stadium in the NFL, and it's got a really nice Jumbotron video board. It still holds up to this day as one of the best, if not the best, video board that there is at any stadium. But if you're looking at the exterior, that's nice too. It's got that really kind of cool spaceship look to it. Then you go inside, and this arena, this stadium, this seats a lot of people. When they had the Super Bowl there a while back, they extended seats in sections, and it had a huge capacity. So this is a big, big stadium, and that's why it's number 7 on this list. Going to number 6, I have Yankee Stadium. And I just think that this stadium does a really good job at incorporating the Yankees. If you're looking at it, this is a stadium that you could look at and not really know like whose team it is, and you can know oh yeah, that's the Yankees. You can just tell by it. The exterior is really cool, I think, with the way that they do the gate and the way that they round it about, and then I like the interior with it. And overall, I just think it's an historic stadium, and I think it does the job to be number 6. Number 5 is what I think is the best stadium in the NBA, the Golden One Center. And it's pretty much brand new. I like the video board in there is really nice. The outside, the exterior is one of the coolest exteriors of any stadium/arena in America that I've seen. Really cool. And they also have the unique feature there where when they win, they light the beam, which is, crazy when a stadium has a unique feature like that. But I really like it. Like I said, the interior, really nice. The exterior, even nicer. That's why I think it's the 5th best stadium/arena in the United States. Going to number 4, the only college stadium that I have on this list, it is Ohio Stadium. And it was really between this and the Big House for me. but I think that Ohio Stadium has the nicest design of the two, and I think it is just a really nice looking stadium. At the front of it, it's got the Coliseum effect, which is just really cool. And this thing is big. This thing sits like 107,000, which is a huge stadium. And I think that it just does a really good job of putting it all together. I think the design's nice, the layout's nice, and I think it's a really difficult place for people to play. Very meaningful place for people to play as well. So that's why it's number 4 on my list. And then we go to number 3, and we go to Allegiant Stadium, or the Death Star that they call it. And just first off, if you're looking at the exterior on the stadium, like magnificent exterior on the stadium. And the interior, it's really nice too. They have a lot of suite sections down below. They don't have that massive video board in the middle because they're trying to focus people on the field, which is really, really cool. I like that torch that they have in the corner. That's a really cool feature that they have. And they did just host the Super Bowl, and it looked really nice when they were doing it. So overall, I like this stadium, and I think it's number 3 out of all of them. Then number 2, we go back to baseball, and we got to go to Fenway Park. Fenway Park is just, not only is it a historic baseball stadium where you can tell it's historic from looking at it, it just is a great stadium. The wall feature that they have on the side is unique, but it's great. You know where it is. There's something about it. It's the best stadium in baseball, in my eyes. And you can just see from looking at it, you see the history. It feels like a bigger game when you're in Fenway Park, especially when the Yankees come to town there. It seems like a really, really, and it is, great stadium. So that's going to be number 2. And then what I think is the best stadium in America has to be SoFi Stadium. And it's just such a nicely designed and well thought out stadium all the way around. The exterior of this thing is one of the nicest exteriors I've seen. You have the pillars, the interior, the way that they set it up is really nice, where you have those 3 levels and you can get really close to the field on them. The video board is perfect. You're going in that ring around. The Intuit Dome with the Clippers that they're building is going to have a similar scoreboard. But the scoreboard really works. And I think the part that I like about the stadium the most is the natural lighting that they have where those pillars are on the side. That's just really nice. You have the arena district around it. They just did a really good job with this stadium. And that's why I do think that out of all the stadiums and arenas in America, this would be number 1 for me. Let me know what you think of this list.